Imagine if you were able to watch your great-grandparents tell stories from their lives. What made them laugh? What moved them? How they responded to adversity and triumph? And what impacted their existence? That would be a treasure. Now you can offer that gift to your loved ones. Hello, I'm Dennis Tardon. For more than 45 years, I've been a professional interviewer, documenting the lives and times of hundreds of people. I will guide you or your family member through the important stories of your lives using my unique interviewing skills. I'm now offering my legacy interviews worldwide via Zoom from the comfort of you or your loved one's own home. All you need is a webcam, and I will do the rest. Contact me today to schedule your legacy interview.
Hello. Welcome to No Icing. My name is Sandy D. I'm very excited about tonight. Rory, my co-host, the man of 1,000 voices, he could not make it tonight. But, however, we have my bestie friend David Williams Myers is filling in for Mr. Rory Penland tonight as my co-host. So let me bring up my co-host tonight, Mr. David. Hello.
Hello.
Smash the button.
Oh man,
And
my heart. You said I'm your bestie. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Well, I owe you for helping out tonight, right? So
It's late for me. It's late for me to go live anyway. I'm usually awake now, but yeah. That's
well,
okay.
I know you're gonna love this guest. You've seen him before.
I
I
have.
think I got him to pop in on Cosmos one time, or like I think live, or I'm not sure. I've been trying to get him on for like 3 years to have him on as my guest. So finally, now let me drag this out. He's not only my friend, also he's played at my wedding. He's a DJ. He's also played for my previous employers um, when they had like a big fancy venue party. I think it was a Christmas party or something. He played for them, so he's very professional, very well known here in San Diego in the music industry. He's also friends with Robin Hinkle, who's been on my show a bunch of times already now. So, and you know Robin. So let me bring him up without further ado. And he teaches music, and he's funny, and that's why he's my friend, because he's funny.
You know way more about him. All I've had the pleasure of catching him about 3 times, I think, maybe, just on random lives. It was probably you that tagged me in, but I'm not sure. We may have other connections.
It was me.
But I don't know a lot outside of that, and I'm looking forward to us digging in a little deeper. Let's pick his brain a little bit.
That'd be great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We get closer.
Close.
How you been?
How I been? I've been good. I've been fine. Yeah, everything's slowly starting to come back a little bit. It's been a little bit of a weird year, but I don't know. It's can we get into appropriate here? Only fair enough. Sure. Yeah, I just I don't know. You guys go ahead. You can go ahead and ask me a question or something. I don't know what to say.
Well, that's my friend Jordan says, let's pick his brain. I have some clips to show the audience what I mean about your humor, like, because you're kind of, I think that's why you and I have always just immediately been friends, because we have the similar goofball type of humor. And I made some clips because I wanted to show the audience what I'm talking about so they understand.
It's hot in here. Sorry.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's my house.
I'd usually have like a window air conditioner running separately from the house one in here, but I don't want to make noise.
Here, but it's not really working.
I love this.
You're also on the West Coast, like Sandy is.
Oh yeah, I'm in San Diego.
Yeah, we're in the same town. We run in the same circles. He knows everybody that I know. Like, we know a lot of the same friends.
You can see the sports arena from like right here.
Oh, wow.
The sports arena is right there. That's where I live.
Okay, well, let me show you guys a few clips. I put some time into making these clips. So they're so adorable. This is one of my favorites, but it came out a little small. But let me show you guys.
There's your piano, Rabbit. Now let's see you play it. No, that's not it. Try it again. Oh, you stupid rabbit. Like this.
That is so dumb. Oh those videos,
it's dumb in a good way. It's dumb in a good way. It's the best kind of dumb.
The key to these videos, okay, like I get the idea, and then at the end when I'm done editing and all that stuff, like I have to like laugh. You know what I mean? If it's not funny, I don't like post it. You know what I mean? So it's got to be funny. Like there's this one, the one that I've been thinking about doing is like when you're doing a gig, and then there's like 2 minutes left, and then you're playing, right, and then you know, it seems like a lot of time has passed, but then like it's still 2 minutes left. It's still 2 minutes left, like forever. Like it's never. And then, or like people show up right when the gig's over. People show up and they go, "Hey, what's up?" Like they show up right at the end of the gig. It just always happens. Like there was nobody there at the gig before. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, I know. And you do impersonations. I was looking through. I was ethically stalking you today because I was looking for some good clips, and
Cool.
You do some like impersonations. You too bad Rory's gonna have to watch the replay because he's an impersonationist, or however you say it, impersonator.
Yeah.
But you have a few. I like yours too.
Thank you. It's funny because I went to the San Diego Music Awards, and I'm a full-time musician, you know what I mean, all that stuff. And then when I'm talking to all my musician friends, they're like, Israel, I love your videos. I'm like, so maybe I should switch careers, which is kind of what I've been thinking about. Like, it's just like, okay, maybe I should change. Maybe I should get into acting, or maybe I should go into this, or am I going to be doing this? I'm trying to do it all. It's just like,
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
You did some acting. I know that you and I both did some acting in San Diego, right?
You did, right? I mean,
I did. Yeah, I know. I think you have too, right?
I did acting when I was in middle school, and in Tijuana when I was in middle school mostly. That's when I did a lot of plays, and I always wanted to be the lead. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Christopher Columbus school, and I was Christopher Columbus, and I thought he was a hero.
You did.
All this stuff.
I've seen pictures of you when you were so tiny, and you were just killing it. When you were a little kid, you were killing it in music. You're like a natural. I think you came out with a guitar.
Just based on what you were just saying, and I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. But probably a lot of our history was ruined. You said you were Christopher Columbus. Probably turns out now that maybe he wasn't maybe the best character. I don't know.
It's all the funny things when we're little kids. It's like this whole different reality.
Yeah. We're just the subjects in whatever reality is presented to us. I mean, that's
exactly.
There's you guys were talking about impersonations, and like during that time, sort of the same thought process led me to the fact that like probably some years back, there's probably a lot of impersonations that I felt like I was good at that are probably really inappropriate. Like honestly, like I had to grow as a human and realize like, no, I might be mocking somebody that might be offended by my impersonation. And so, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right?
The world gets forever more complicated the more time goes on.
Yeah.
You are definitely like a natural. You're natural at music. You're natural at acting. Let me show you guys another clip. I gotta just show you. There's like no words to explain, but you are like a natural comedian and / actor. On top of the musician, like you can pick up pretty much any instrument and just kill it.
Jordan wants me to do an impersonation. That's funny.
He does? Okay, hold on. Let me show you. I love this one. Jordan, you'll understand this one.
We'll get to at least.
Hi, could you play Classical Gas?
My gig is almost done. I'm done in 30 seconds. I'm not gonna have enough time to play that song.
Pretty please? Jerk.
And
Good editing too. Good editing.
I love that.
Take it.
Yeah, your editing is good.
Everything happens like a minute left that you're done with the gig. It always happens. You know what I mean? So
That's it. Jordan's also, he's a musician. My friend from India. He's watching from India, and he teaches music. Also, he teaches.
That's
What's
cool.
it called? A lot of times he'll do a show he'll be like live for like an hour. He'll be like, okay, just one more song, guys, and then I'm gonna go. And then he'll end up playing like 2 more hours. Like, one more song, guys, and then I'm gonna go.
I love that. That's awesome.
Was that sort of like that line of thought? Was that like a specific inspiration for you? Because I feel like that could be a whole series of videos. Like if you're a gigging musician, you're doing the thing, and the way there's always those people in the crowd that are, where like the most cliche one is the Freebird person, right? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's always those people that have the weird requests, or like that kind of thing. Like that seems like you could probably just like have like an endless series of videos of what gigging musicians have to deal with from the crowd. That's not, like, especially when you put it up to like in comparison to maybe you want to be doing your gig to share some of your original music, and most artists know that when you're just doing gigs at random venues, a lot of times your own personal stuff doesn't flow as well, because people go there with the expectations of hearing all the songs that they already know and already have loved for whatever reason, which sucks as an artist. Yeah.
It's okay. I always like sprinkle in like an original song here and there, or I'll sprinkle in like a classical guitar song, like in the middle of like whoa, when you least expect it, you always like definitely the crowd has a lot to do with it. Like
I personally feel that Freebird person, they're just a particularly loud person. But that realistically more like a higher percentage of the crowd actually does want to hear your originals, but you got Freebird person, Freebird loud at the front of the line, just like, and being pissed off every time you don't do Freebird, like, and
exactly. They
it's
get
just
upset.
like politics. Like politics these days, the loud people stand out.
Yeah, I always trick the people, like when they do requests and stuff like that. They always like give me a request of a song. They go like, I don't know how to play it or whatever. And then I'll start playing a song, and then I'll like mix the song that they requested right in the middle of the song that I was playing, and then they turn around, they're like, oh, then you got me, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like a game, you know what I mean? You like try to because you're entertaining. You're an entertainer at the end of the day. It's not. I mean, it's you. Obviously, you have to feel good about your music, but you want to entertain people. The people got to be happy, and it's got to be a good vibe. The staff has to be cool with your music too, because they're important. The staff to me, of whatever, like that's one of the people that I always try to not bore them with the same songs all the time, like always try to switch it up on them too, so especially the managers or owners of the places, you know what I mean? You always try to like sneak in some sweet little tunes.
Are you one of those people that throws in the middle of your set somewhere, like be sure to tip your server or something like that?
No, I never do. No. I don't talk that much. When I'm playing, I just go, hey, what's up? Thank you so much. I'm not that guy that's just like the whole time emceeing and like, hey, saying funny stuff. I just sometimes, but most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, I'm just playing, boom, and then I'll play like 30 minutes straight without stopping. You know what I mean? Nice. And then I'll take, or if I see that people do want to clap, then I'll stop. But I try not to stop too many times. I just try to like make the time. If it's usually 3-hour gigs, is usually what we play. So you try to like, I usually play an hour, 40 minutes straight, and then take a 20-minute break, and then I play the last hour. So that's my my strategy of I just power through the first hour and 40 minutes. Power through.
Yeah.
So that way the last hour, it's all your fun stuff and all the cool stuff, and that hour is gonna go by really fast because you saved all your good songs. Depends,
Like that first part, you likely already captivated everybody enough to where if you venture a little bit from things in the last part, you've already, those people are already paying attention to you and they're already excited by you. So that's a really good strategy in general.
One of the things that I always and I think Robin said this one time, because I always listen to Robin. Robin Henkel is like, I listen to whatever he says. I listen.
You and Sandy both Robin Henkel fans. I have met Robin Henkel, not in person, but yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See, Israel is a lot of my of the people in our community, Israel, they don't really know Robin that like, but you know,
yeah,
they're like Atlanta. A lot of our communities all over
yeah,
the world, you know, the
gotcha.
worldwide, but also like Atlanta. A lot of musicians that we know are in Atlanta. So, and you know, we have Mudcat is the legendary blues
Oh,
Mudcat.
cool. So,
musician in Atlanta.
uh,
So,
what I
but a lot of people don't know Robin. So I've been getting everybody excited about Robin.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's a national treasure. You know that guy. So
Mhm.
one of the things that whenever I'm playing, let's say you're playing at a spot, right, and it seems like nobody's really paying attention because you're playing, right? You're playing and stuff like that. Everybody's talking and stuff like that. Look at their foot. Uh, they're tapping whatever you're playing, or look at their hand. They're like hitting something. That means that they're vibing you. You know what I mean? Even though they're not giving you their attention, just by looking at their foot and they're tapping their foot to the rhythm, you know you got them. You know what I mean? And then at the end they go, "Hey, thank you so much." But it's not that they're ignoring you. It's just that
Right.
that's just part of the gig. You know what I mean? Like those restaurant type gigs, you know, cocktail hour type gigs, because every gig is different. Every gig is different.
You're talking about like the audience, right? Like they might be just like basically passively tapping their foot along to what you're
Yeah.
doing while maybe
Mhm.
having and see that's why music's very interesting. You know, you can't always expect to have everybody's like forefront attention necessarily, because music for the most part is our background music, the music to our life that plays along to our life. So like, yeah, like
Mhm.
if you can create an environment where you're performing for people and they're enjoying what you're doing, but they're still able to communicate with each other and just do
Oh,
life,
David,
you know, just do, yeah,
Israel
it's
plays
great.
at some really, really wonderful venues around San
Yeah.
Diego. You play at the hotels in Del Mar on the ocean, just really elite venues.
Yeah, that's where my
Israel's the real deal.
that's where I make my most money, is basically all these mansions
Monday.
and and corporate gigs are the ones that are the
Oh,
easiest, but you have to get there early. That's the catch. You just
do
have
you
to you know
Yeah.
do you have
gotta
any
get there, dress good,
do,
be professional, do your job, get paid good, and then like you know what I mean.
Can
But
I show
you gotta
I
do
gotta
these rest.
show let me show Jordan and Summer are asking to hear your music. Let me show another little clip because I made all these adorable clips. Hold on. Let me show. This is you. This is you being actually serious about guitar.
Okay.
So this is This is one of the few serious videos that I found. All right,
Oh
here
my
we
oh
go.
god.
no.
Then they
Uh-oh.
could see how you play. They want to see how.
That was a little classical
Oh my God, it's so good.
Mashup. So the first part was that tremolo thing with Recuerdos de la Alhambra, and so it's just like classical and Metallica trying to mix them in somehow.
I love that. Yeah,
that was great the way that you just rolled
Brilliant.
right into the next thing. You know what? I have a couple of questions. In relation to that, I'll get to what we just witnessed. I'll get to that next. I like the way that you rolled from one thing to the next. You know, you brought in the Metallica after very classical thing, but before we watched that little clip, you were talking about corporate gigs, and I'm just curious. Do you have any particular corporate gigs where it's a corporation that maybe some of our audience might know that you found particularly exciting, or that you have any special stories about? Maybe somebody special you got to meet, or anything like that.
Yeah, I remember the one. You know that Netflix show, The Narcos?
Yes.
So
I love that one.
So before I was watching that show, I actually went to one of their private parties up at by the Petco Park, one of those big buildings, and all the guys, like a lot of the staff was there and everything. But I just didn't recognize anybody because I didn't never seen the show. But I was super bummed because like I probably would have recognized everybody. But the one guy that was there was what was his name? Joe Pistone. Donnie Brasco, the real Donnie Brasco. He's the
real
one
guy. Yeah.
He's the one that
Johnny Depp played him.
He infiltrated the mafia. Yeah, Johnny Depp played him. So, but the real guy was at this party, and I took a picture with him, and he's like, "Just make sure you don't share it." But yeah, that was actually one of the cool ones. I was like, "Oh, that's crazy! I met this one guy, and he was like really nice. He was like, he like my music and stuff." So. But no, I mean,
when you get the chance to meet people that you know like that, and they actually turn out to be like really nice people, that's awesome. Because you do hear stories of like other things where like people that you would expect are nice people maybe aren't so great sometimes.
Yeah, like Brian Setzer. I met Brian Setzer from the Stray Cats. He was there in one of the shows, and I was playing Sleepwalk. That I just learned how to play, and I played in front of him. He's like, "Oh, that was pretty good." Like it was like the Denver Nuggets. They were there like a couple years ago at the Estancia La Jolla. But anyways, it's just because of the guitar, I've been able to play at some of these beautiful venues, and I've met some really awesome people, throughout the years, and obviously teaching, every day. I'm always learning something new because my students teach me, I learn all these new songs and all these new styles because of them. So it's like I'm trying not to stay behind. I'm not that old guy that goes, "Oh, the new music is lame." Like, no, I want to understand what the new music is, why they like it. But you'll be surprised. A lot of these young kids, they like a lot of the '80s. They like a lot of the rock, classic rock.
There's a movement, yeah. Yeah. And I appreciate that is the way that your taste goes too, because I'm kind of right on board with that. Like I don't omit art just because it's different. I think that people get new tools, and the people that are driven to create art, they just take those tools and they take the art to another level. They don't, it's not a lack of effort. They just put the effort somewhere else. If there's a tool that's taking care of that effort, they put it somewhere else, and they do something equally as amazing. The ones that are passionate, and I'm not saying that there are definitely some people that are just using the tools, zero talent, just letting the tools do all the work, but you can tell where the passion lies, and there are people doing amazing things with what we have now and the direction that things are going. So I always try to listen to new stuff all the time. Yeah.
Like my main thing was like when I was like 8, I learned to read music via solfege, which this is in 1982. You know what I mean? This is like I was like 8 years old, and they taught us how to read. We had to count do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. It wasn't even A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I learned the notes like that. So it's kind of like that's a foundation, like classical music and all these things, the foundation. And then now we're in the 2020s, and all these new technologies with virtual reality, with AI and all that stuff. Like I've been messing with this new DJ program that's called DJ Algorithm DJ Pro. I used to use Tractor, then Serato, but yesterday actually I DJ'd an elementary school and I used the DJ Pro. The cool thing about this program is you can actually be DJing a song and take the vocals out, or take the drums out, or take the bass out.
Just any part, yeah. Mix and match.
Really fun mixes where like these songs that you wouldn't even expect would go together just because of this technology. It's like it's so much fun.
I won't go on an AI venture with you, but Sandy will tell you I'm pretty obsessed with AI in general. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff happening.
My thing is that I can read music and I can listen by music by ear, or I can go into AI. I like to be involved in everything. I want to know about everything. I don't want to be like, oh, what are you talking about? I want to.
Yeah, you don't want to get left behind, right? Yeah. You don't want to be one of those people that get left behind. There's going to be a lot. There's a lot of people that reject things, and the other thing that I'll contribute there.
He's so multi-talented that like not only can he play real Latin jazz, real classical music, the typical wedding song requests that you get from classical guitarists or orchestras and whatever. But he also DJs, so he can play anything you want. He can make your wedding anything you want. He did my wedding. He did guitar, classical guitar, and DJ at my wedding.
He looks like a blast from the past.
When I was a little kid,
if there was anybody on this stream about 10 years younger than the rest of us here, they would be like, "What are those?"
The heck is this? No, I actually still have my tapes. So my tapes are like my treasure. I mean,
I have some old disco tapes, cassettes.
Oh my god! I mean, this used to be my mom's. This used to be my mom's record right here. This this will be my mom's record. You know what I mean? Like this kind of stuff. Like my mom was the one that influenced me with everything because she listened to everything. She listened to Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Prince, the Bee Gees, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So she's the one that like got me into music first of all. But I don't know. I owe pretty much everything to her when it comes to me being a musician. You know.
Very balanced.
Well, God bless her. How old were you when you came over here to America?
I was in the middle of my high school, middle of my freshman year, from Tijuana to Carlsbad, which is my but I was in the marching band, so I played in the drum line. I was in the drum line.
So I may have missed a piece. Where did you come from before you moved to the U.S.?
Tijuana.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Tijuana.
I was born in Germany, so I mean, like, I have sort of an experience of like a little bit. Like, I think I was 11 when I was 11 years old when we permanently moved to the U.S. Before that, I was just here briefly at times. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, if you want real Mexican food, you want some good Mexican food, you go to TJ. When tacos in Tijuana are the best, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine that basically any restaurant that we have here in the States, like probably almost none of them are truly authentic.
Unless they're really from Mexico.
Well, Anthony Bourdain Anthony Bourdain was the best at telling you all those things because he was the one that went there and tried out.
He would go in the kitchen and see who's actually making the food.
Yeah, and in an American approach, you know what I mean? Which is kind of what you need. You need that. You know what I mean? Like you got to go and like as an American.
Was he the strange foods guy, or like help me out because I know he was.
Yeah, he traveled. He was a traveling food guy. So, but he
I recognize the name. I just don't think I watched it.
He was a recovering, I think, crack or heroin addict, and he became like one of the best chefs in New York City. And then he put a book and started traveling around the world in his own show and you know, the whole thing. But yeah,
Nice.
he was great. But you know, he appreciated culture. So the one thing he learned and he did was, you know, he was like homeless at one time. So I think the one thing he did was he just really embraced himself with each culture, and that's how you can really appreciate the food and the drinks and whatever they're serving you. You have to really absorb into the culture as well to appreciate it, you know. And I think he did that. He mastered that. He was good at that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you know that then when you work in a restaurant like New York City, then you know like the way it's really supposed to be made in that culture, the way the flavors are supposed to go.
I just came back. I went to Puerto Rico like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's so beautiful. You can go like it takes you like 2 hours. I mean, what part of the East Coast are you in? David?
Me?
Oh, David?
I'm in Georgia.
ATL.
I'm in
He's in the
Albany,
ATL.
Georgia. So
okay.
I'm in the most southwest portion of Georgia. Yeah.
You can take an airplane for like 2 hours. You can go to Puerto Rico, man. All you need is your ID.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's where Tom Chesh is. Tom Chesh is in Puerto Rico. He's
the
a
US.
musician.
It's the US, but like
Yeah.
paradise. It's beautiful.
Wow. I've been there.
Yeah, exactly. So
I definitely need to travel more. You know, I feel like I was more worldly when I was a young child than I am now. I don't get around much.
I think the statistics in Puerto Rico is not. It used to be. I don't know if it's changed. I haven't checked it lately, but used to be like 9 women to every male.
Yeah,
females
there
to
were
every
a lot
male.
of girls.
A lot of women.
What does that mean for us, Sandy? Like, tell us what that means.
Could be a blessing, could be a nightmare. I don't know. It depends on you.
I don't know.
I can't answer that.
Too much fun. Too much icing on the cake.
Is it good? Yeah. And they have pink Mercedes. I saw a lot of pink Mercedes when I was there.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, it's like you feel like you're in the US. You know what I mean? Like it's like, wow, it's just about the same. But then you go to the beaches and the water's warm. You're like, what in the world?
What's your I think the audience wanted to hear you play anything. Are you in the mood to play anything for us?
I'll play something. Yeah.
You will?
What do you play?
Do you play brass instruments? I know you play. Tell us all the things you play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was going to ask that one. It's a good one.
What instruments do I play? Like, for instance, this one right here. You guys recognize this one?
That would be the tambourine, right? I mean, well, no, that's not a tambourine. That's not, because the tambourine's open.
Well, I mean, you were very close.
Like a banjo.
This is the banjo's back here. I'll show it to you guys too.
It's like a.
So this guy right here is the tamborim. Tamborim.
Oh, tamarin. Yeah. Okay. Tamarin.
Tamborim. So yeah, like tamborim. So this one right here is the right hand for the bossa nova music. For instance, Girl from Ipanema, right? So you play with this one, you go like this. Let me see if you can see my fingers here. Hola, qué cosa más linda, más llena de grasa, la menina que bien que pasa. So you put it on the right hand, and you go.
See, I already know you're an amazing teacher. Yep.
So this hand right here is this guy right here.
Yep.
Now the technique right here that I've always used is like the classical technique, which is why Brazilian bossa nova just kind of came natural to me. You know what I mean? And so it really has a lot of the same kind of, you know. And so do you guys want me to do like a little loop or something like?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about looping before Sandy D asked you to do a piece because
Yeah.
I'm a huge looper fan. That's always fun. That's
Cool.
that's my jam right there.
Cool. I started looping in around 2008. And the most important thing is just to be kind of on time. You know what I mean? So, for instance, if I'm going to do something like a simple loop, like a. So I jammed it. First, I jammed what I'm going to loop. I'll jam it first, right? Just try to get a vibe for it. So now I got a little vibe going, and I'm thinking about looping right here. So my foot. 1, 2, 3, and. 2, 3, 4, and a 1, and a 1, and a 1, 2, and then you get a little beat.
Yep. Oh, this is so much my jam right here. I love this stuff. Yep.
And then you're gonna go 3 and stop and.
I heard you pause that loop for just a split second. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, you just, I don't know. I think I might have just fallen in love with you, honestly. This is my favorite.
Hey,
This is my favorite kind of stuff. I have looping gear. I've got the Boss RC 300.
okay.
And man, I've just never taken it to that kind of level. Like I'm like, I just watched you and I'm just in awe. That was yeah, that was perfect, man. I love that stuff.
It's okay to mess up though. Like, let's say you're gonna loop, right? So you at a place and you're gonna do a loop, and then you kind of screw it up. Like just kind of keep playing and then just try it again. The second time around, you'll get it. You know, the people in the audience are not gonna really know if you play it off. You know what I mean? So you just go, oh yeah.
That seems to prove itself true, not just with looping, but just music in general. Like I do find that for the most part, a lot of artists, they feel like they mess something up, but nobody notices. Like, you know, like, yeah.
Exactly.
Stay in the tempo. Stay in the beat. That's what Robin says.
Looping
that was very well coordinated. That was very well coordinated. I even heard you have a moment like where you just sort of like muted the loop for a moment. Man, that level of coordination, I've just never gotten to that. What ends up happening for me, I just keep layering and layering and layering, and I don't really do anything dynamic with it.
No, don't do that. Only keep it simple. Keep it simple. People, that's the mistake a lot of people do. They start layering a bunch of stuff, and then
it gets oversaturated, right? Yeah, like and I get that. Yep.
Singer-songwriter style, play your song, and then in the middle of your song, without people even noticing, you loop that section that you want to solo on. And then you can solo for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You can just like hang out for a while. You got a 3-hour gig. Yeah. One song will last you 8 to 10 minutes if you can. You know what I mean? Like you can extend the song.
Maybe longer if it's a good jam. Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you ever incorporate vocals into your loops too? Like do you do you ever mix like your own do your own harmonies and that sort of thing? Like, that's so awesome.
I have a harmonizer. So my harmonizer is the one. Yeah, I have a harmonizer. It's the Boss. It's a Boss harmonizer. It's golden or whatever. But anyways, gold color. That's the best one because you tell it what key you want it to be in, and then it'll do that key. I've tried the TC Helicon and all that stuff, and it never works that good for some reason. It's just really fake, and it comes in late. So this one the one that I always use, the Boss, it's the vocal something it's called, but it's also for guitar, Acoustasonic, whatever. Anyways, so that's what I use for harmony. So I'll use my harmonies, I'll use my looper, and my most important thing is volume on the guitar, because check this out. You can't hear it, but look, I have volume. So you have to have a volume, because sometimes you want a little more than you don't want too much rhythm.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a big part for me, was trying to figure out how to dynamically control like the level of my guitar input or something like that for the purpose of looping, because I knew right away that if you leave it at the same level, you're going to oversaturate the mix. So my question is, okay, is that an RC30 looper that you're using?
Yeah, RC30, but see, this is my backup. This is not the one that I use. This is what I used to use back then. So I have it in my kitchen so that I can practice. So the one that I use for work, it's packed away.
Okay.
So this is, I just set it up for today so I can just use it. So I can show you guys. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so,
like two channels fits what you're saying about keeping it simple, you know, and like me, you know, like the thing is like the less coordinated people are going to want the most complicated looper. But if you're really coordinated, like what you just showed us right now, you're comfortable using it. You used an RC30, which is, you know, on the simpler scale of loopers, and you made something sound amazing with it. Yeah.
RC30, I recommend it for like beginners. RC30, get on the RC30 for beginners. That'll get you going and looping. The one that I use right now is the RC500. It's almost the same thing, but it's also a MIDI. It's also you can actually so it can MIDI link up, so it's square. You know what I mean? I use Ableton Live too.
Is that one of the 500? Is that a desktop model, and you added additional pedals to it? Because there are hand push but. Oh, okay. I might not be familiar with that one.
With the circles, with the little circles.
Yeah, like that's kind of like the majority of like some of their newer ones. The only recent venture was the RC600, which is basically I have to replace my RC300, and the 600 is the only logical replacement, but that's like twice the looping capacity, which is crazy. But the outside of that the push button models, but you can put foot pedals on them, but you have to buy them separately. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
As long as you have two pedals, because sometimes people get the one single pedal looper. That's no good because you have to push that twice to stop.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing. That was here's the thing. The RC30 was the very first looper that I personally purchased, but when it comes to playing and coordinating my feet at the same time, I'm not that good at that. And I wanted to have multiple channels. Like I certainly wanted to have two, and it does have two, but that required me to like push and delay for a moment to like switch to the other channel. And I'm not that coordinated. I still haven't reached that level. Like I can't play and think that way at the same
2007.
time. Yeah.
2006 is when I started, because that's when I was playing with David D'Alba. David D'Alba is a lyrical guitarist from San Diego, and I was his backup guitarist, and that's who I learned to gig from. I learned from him and this other guy, Oscar Aragon, and I was their backup guitar player. So I was playing with them, and then one time I was at a music store, and I saw they had a looper, the RC2. Anyways, so that was my first looper.
That was a one-channel one, right? Like it was just one channel? Yeah.
But then you got the FS5U extension, and so I used it for two. So anyways, that's how long I've been looping. I've been looping for that long, and I was like one of the first guys. So a lot of the guys in San Diego, they ask me, hey, how do you loop and blah 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 and stuff like that. So I always try to help them out, and just keep it simple. Just as long as you loop yourself, and then just do your shreddy things you do, you'll be fine. Like it's not crazy.
The other thing that's a little bit weird to me is I don't know why when it comes to these loop stations, like while there have been a lot of newer loop stations, the technology has not really escalated in any way. Like stuff that is 10 years old is just as relevant right now as it was 10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
the RC 300 is still
This
perfectly
one here,
suitable for, yeah.
it's
Wait,
one of my
David.
favorite instruments. This one right here, one of my favorite instruments. So I veered off. So tambourine, right? But then look, this looks like a tambourine, right?
Yeah.
Right? But you don't play like that. You play like this. You play with your. But look, that's a Brazilian instrument, right? But the most important one
Love it.
is this guy right here. It's the most important one out of all of them.
I don't even
The
like
huevo.
I've known forever that I just need to get one of those freaking eggs, which is like this, and I still haven't. I don't have like
It's
that
the
just
most
says
important instrument.
yeah. Have you But you know what? If you don't,
It's right hand.
if you don't have those particular items, have you ever experimented with beatboxing and just trying to make as many sounds with your mouth as but no, I'm just curious. To me, I feel stupid doing those things with my mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I leave the beatboxing to the beatboxers, man. I'm definitely not a beatboxer,
Yeah.
but I'll do like I'll be like and then like with my guitar.
That's
But I'll do
that's
that,
pretty badass right there. Yeah. Yeah.
But this guy right here, Brazilian cavaquinho, ukulele, but it's not a ukulele. It's called a cavaquinho. And
Is it tuned? Is it tuned like a U? No, it doesn't sound like it's tuned the same way as standard U.
guitar, D, G, B, and last string D, D, G, B, D.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's steel strings. So you're gonna
Steel.
Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça. Ela menina que vem que passa, doce balanço caminho do mar.
That sounds really pretty. I love it. Yeah.
Mas o poema, coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. You know what I mean? This is the cavaquinho. But look, check this out. You probably never seen this before. They probably never seen this one before.
Okay.
Same
I mean,
version.
I've seen a banjo before. What's different about it?
It's
That's that's a very short neck.
it's this, but banjo version. Because
Wow.
Okay.
same thing, but louder. So hold on. See how loud it is? Super loud.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh wow, that's
It's got banjo.
Yeah.
Banjo.
So good.
a bunch of.
Portuguese. It's from Brazil.
Wow. I love
So,
it.
but anyways, yeah. So the one thing is that I was just a classical guitarist, and I wasn't even going to be a musician because I was a classical guitarist. But Brazilian music changed my life when I was
Hold
21.
on. Let me pause you for a moment. You said you weren't going to be a musician because you were just a classical guitarist. Like, can you explain what that means? Because most of us would assume if you're a classical
Because
guitarist that
you
you're a
understand
musician.
The classical guitarists, they play these pieces that are,
Specific songs.
I mean, they're in another little planet. You know what I mean? In order to even compete with these classical guitarists that are just in another world. I'm a classical guitarist, but not like to that level. You know what I mean?
Yes, you are.
Guitars.
I mean, you're good.
You're probably
But you
underselling yourself. Probably.
Yeah, I think he's underselling himself.
For
Well,
sure.
like for instance, like Christopher Parkening, like all these guys that Willem Canongizer, these guys that are like in like unbelievable classical guitarists. If you think about also gigs, if you play a classical guitar gig, unless you're in a theater, nobody's gonna sit down and listen to you playing classical guitar, and it's just a sad truth.
But you can
I
play
mean, and
anything
it's a shame.
too, right?
It's a shame. I think there are settings for that, but yeah, like typically probably not.
Like
Yeah,
in a
and that
library
is a
or
shame.
something.
Yeah.
Jordan, you missed it. He did classical Metallica, Jordan.
Oh,
Can you do you do blues? You know any blues?
yeah, like.
Hey, baby, hey,
Yeah. Hey,
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 hey, baby,
hey,
hey.
hey, 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 baby, hey.
I fake it pretty good.
You
I love
you
that.
that was fake. That was fake. Everybody. That was
It
his
was
fake.
fake. That was fake. It wasn't real.
Like flamenco. I don't play flamenco. I'm not a flamenco guitar player at all. But
You just fake it.
I fake. I do like the Gypsy King stuff. Bamboleo, bamboleo.
Love it.
I think somebody says, well, and you say you're just a classical guitarist.
Jordan's
It's
yeah.
like, here's the thing.
That's
He's
what we're all
downplaying
thinking. That's
himself
what we're all
tonight. I don't know
thinking.
why.
He's saying the right. He's asking the right question.
Yeah, I'm glad he is. I'm glad he is. It's just that I like to play it because for instance, I like cumbias, I like salsa, I like everything, but
Mhm.
I'm not gonna play a whole set of just cumbias. I'm not gonna have a whole just salsa. You know, I like to mix it up.
You do good mashups. You do little
Yeah,
mashups.
mash it
I
up
love it.
exactly.
Looping it up, mashing it up. I love it.
I mean, there's, you know, and I think you touched on it already. There's a lot of very skillful things that you can do that perhaps the typical person at a venue where you're doing a gig is not going to necessarily appreciate, you know. So like you venture beyond that, you try to do different things, but then, you know, you do have you know, Jordan, who was the one who commented, he's also he plays numerous instruments himself. He's been a music teacher. He's very impressive as a
Yeah, you
That's
guys
music
cool.
would get along.
musical person. You know, like people, you know, when you run into the crowd of people that are into music, like, you know, they appreciate you for a whole different level at that point. You know, what you do might be way different from what you would choose to do at a gig, at a corporate event, or at a local dive bar or whatever. Yeah, like probably a different
Well,
scenario. But
and
yeah,
also you do the guitars for kids. You know, you support the San Diego Music Awards by donating. You go to the
Yeah,
schools. You teach kids music. You have kids. Do your kids play music?
oh,
yeah. Well, my two boys they're talking about, or my students at the high school.
No, your children. Don't they play
Oh,
music? Do they?
yeah, my two boys play. You know, it's funny because they grew up obviously with music in their lives, but they weren't really into it until they were like 12 or something like that. Like that's when they
Like
started
a
like,
what? Yeah.
and I didn't even force them. You know, I didn't even like push it. You know what I mean? I just like they just kind of
awesome.
wow. I love Pink Floyd. You know what I mean? I love like Gorillas. You know what I mean? And they went crazy. Now they have a record vinyl record player, and all they do is buy vinyl.
That's cool. That's
It's
very
like they
cool.
love vinyl. They love their vinyl collection. They're so like into
And
music.
you do
It's amazing.
Zoom, like how can I can people get a music lesson from you, or are you too busy booked with gigs
No, when I tell
on
people
Zoom?
about me teaching them how to, you know, or whatever, like it's like it's like a week by week basis. So it's kind of like because my schedule's all over the place. So we'll schedule like a 45-minute lesson, and then with that you'll be okay for a while. You know what I mean? Then we'll schedule another one once you're ready for another one. It's not I can't do like the consistent once a week at this certain time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people gotta just practice on their own at home, right? So
Yeah, and
yeah,
then
because that's
what I do is I teach at a high school from 8:30 to 9:45 every day. So I'm always teaching high schoolers. Like we have like 4 more days left of school, and but yeah, I do have like 20, 25 students at the high school that I teach at the same time. So, and I would say about 15 of them, are really into it, and the other ones not so much. So I don't force it on the ones that don't want to do it. So I just like they just do something artistic, or there's pianos there and there's all kinds of stuff so they can work on different things. But those 15 kids, I give them all the information. That's my thing. I love giving everybody the information. Whatever
So
I know.
you're a teacher at the school, or do you just like help come in and volunteer, or how does that work?
I'm a teacher at the school. I've been teaching there for 10 years. So I
Wow.
teach first period guitar. They have
First
a
graders. How cute.
Yeah, it's cool. I love teaching. I love teaching the students. But I've been like lately, I just been thinking about like maybe like not teaching at the high school anymore, and it's been interesting because I'm about to turn 50. So it's just like.
Oh wait, is tomorrow your birthday? I didn't know if that was real or not.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, and
tomorrow, happy birthday! Oh my gosh, I wasn't sure because some people lie about their birthday on social media. So I was like, I wonder if that's really his birthday tomorrow.
I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm playing. Well, I'm getting a CPAP device.
A sleep apnea?
Yeah, because I have I get a sleep disorder because I wake up exhausted. I'm like, oh, why am I so exhausted when I wake up? It's like, yeah, because I go breathing in the middle of the night and the whole thing, so I gotta get one of those CPAP things. But yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow.
Tell everybody you want the clapper for your birthday. Remember the light that you go and it just shut the light.
I didn't get that, so I don't have to get up. You're right. I love that thing. What's that chord you're continuously holding on? A minor 9 formation. Oh, yeah, maybe this one. Is that what I'm doing? It's funny because this chord, I remember this one. It's like, thank you, Summer. You can do this chord like this, but my Brazilian teacher is like, yeah, but this looks nicer. If you put your fingers in.
That's a really nice guitar too, by the way.
It's nylon. It's a nylon string guitar. So it's because I play nylon mostly a lot of finger picking. So I want a guitar that looks like an electric guitar but with nylon strings. So that's what this is. And no feedback. It doesn't feedback. There's no feedback.
Wow.
So, nice.
Hallelujah.
Oh. Everyone's saying happy birthday.
Thank you guys. Happy birthday.
It was Summer's birthday. A lot of Geminis.
Happy birthday, Summer. Gemini.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Every year on the Cosmos, they have a Gemini. Jay Thompson, one of our Cosmos show hosts, he has a festival at the last Saturday of every month. And what is it, in May? Is it May? He does the last Saturday of May, he does every year an annual Gemini event. So all the Geminis come and perform on Cosmos for 1 hour. So
wow.
We should definitely get you going with that next year. We missed this year, but maybe next year.
For sure. Yeah, he'd be great. Yeah.
Sandy's birthday's on the 8th?
Who?
Sandy, your birthday's on the 8th?
Oh, no.
It's David's birthday tomorrow, and Sandy's the day after.
No,
he's joking around. No.
I'm Cancer. I'm July 13th is what I am. Which is coming soon. I'm about to get older. Wow.
We don't want to get all depressed on this show.
We don't. I realistically don't care at this point. Like, it's inevitable, right? Like, we get older, right? Like, it happens. And I will say, Izzy was saying, I think you were saying something about getting familiar with something in 1984 or something like that. I was born in 1981, and the moment that you said that, I was like, there is no way this guy is that much older than me. Like you look really good for your age. So whatever you're doing, you keep doing it. Like
I will tell you the formula, but
I think I know the formula. I just have a hard time following it. I personally have a bit of a drinking and smoking problem. But yeah, you're doing a good
You'll
job. You're
fit
doing a
in
good job
San
for
Diego,
sure.
David, just fine.
Yeah.
I need the culture, probably. I think.
Well, you know, Mexico's famous for its tequila, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch the Three Amigos. You'll learn about that.
The agave
Yep.
cactus produces the best tequila.
Yeah, that sounds cool, Jordan. Jordan says he wants to send me a request.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, send a request. Send him a request. And
anytime.
then we're running out of time.
Oh yeah.
He probably has
Izzy,
he just
you're hanging out for our community tonight. We have, the most popular platforms right now are like, TikTok, Twitch, maybe YouTube, that sort of thing. We have a much more intimate community. It's perhaps a little bit smaller, but I find that a lot of people that we talk to enjoy hanging out for it because it's a lot more personal. Like and it's the one thing that keeps me hanging for it. I only go live in this much more intimate space with our friend groups, and I would love to see you come hang out for us. We constantly have like streaming showcases, for instance. And it's not just one group.
Yeah.
It's several groups that are all kind of
we're all
mixed
it's a big,
together.
large, big
And
community.
we have
Everybody.
streaming showcases of numerous people that have talents, and we do this all over the internet, and we just have this very nicely grouped together intimate community, and it's very easy to make friends in that space.
I've been trying to encourage you to also come live anytime you want to come live on Cosmos. You're always welcome. And also SDF, as long as they're not having a showcase, you should be part of their showcase, but as long as they're not having a showcase, you could go live on SDF anytime.
Yeah.
It's all
doing SDF.
Socially Distant Fest. Yeah.
Socially Distant Fest. That's probably my primary gig. I was putting showcases together in Socially Distant Fest, though I helped out on the ones in Cosmos too. Because Cosmos is also one of my love childs. Like I'm all about our general community, which isn't just one group. And if you take the time to get to know our general community, you'll really just like the people.
Well, you guys should link up because you can nerd out about looping all day long, you guys.
I gotta be honest. There were several points in our live tonight that I intentionally held back because I knew that most people that were listening would not be as interested or as intrigued as me. So I was like, just zip it up, David, because I could have gone on forever about topics that maybe
I know that would be a whole show about looping.
It's
David,
hard.
You need your own.
Yeah,
show
it could
about
be.
Looping.
Well, I mean, looping and AI, like in the music world, like I could go on about those topics forever. Like I could just we could make 5 shows about that right now, and I could hang for them. I would be like all in, 100% invested.
Did you see my virtual reality one? Did you see the one on TikTok with the virtual reality where I have their virtual instruments?
Hold on, I have more. Which one? How about this one? Ratchet. Hold on.
Israel, one of the guests was wondering if you know how to play any ratchet music.
That's a true story. That is a totally true story. I'm like playing all these songs. They're like, hey, I want to know if you know how to play ratchet music.
Hold on. Let me.
Ratchet,
You know,
right?
I feel like we're probably going to go off soon because we've gone over what we typically would do. But if we're making really weird requests, what are some of the more weirdest but maybe more modern, just general mainstream requests that you might have received? Like for instance, would has anybody requested Pony from you? Like, you know.
Yes.
You know what ratchet is, though, right? Ratchet.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Tell
know,
us what's ratchet.
you guys know what that? You guys know what that means?
No,
Like,
please tell me what is ratchet music.
that Cardi B, like the Cardi B stuff, like
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's what I would have presumed. Yeah.
And Pony.
It's all that ratchet, like twerking, the twerking, and the all that stuff. So that's what they requested. They're like, hey, can you play ratchet music?
They're like, enough with this classical Mozart bullshit.
I know.
I want some ratchet. Give me some ratchet music.
Yeah. No, but the virtual reality, I was telling you guys, you put it on, and then you can grab instruments and put them in front of you, and then you can actually play drums with it. So if you look on my TikTok, I actually posted a video of virtual meets the real world. So like Ableton Live combined with the Oculus Quest, and it's linked because via link. There's a thing called link on Ableton that you can link MIDI to things, and you can. It's nuts. I mean, I haven't seen anybody doing that. Like,
let me ask some clarification question.
We're getting into the nerding out again.
Well, I mean, sort of.
No, we have a request for ratchet music. So now Summer wants to hear some ratchet.
What you're saying is that you put on the Oculus Quest. Are you saying that you have an assortment of instruments in front of you and you can play them, and that those are MIDI instruments on your actual computer? So you're in the virtual world. You're playing virtual instruments, but they're being actually pulled into your like maybe your production space, for instance. Like you could actually use them.
Yeah. Drum right here. And you're like, oh shit, and you hit it, but if you take the Oculus off, there's nothing there.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Okay, yeah. That's super cool. I love that. Yeah.
I explained it. I did a video on TikTok. You can see, and it's also on my Instagram too.
Is it like so? If you've done that,
follow Israel.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok.
if you've done that though,
what's that?
Now go ahead. Yeah.
Is it Izzy Guitars? Izzy?
Yeah. So
I put the link.
If you go to my website, israelmaldonado.com,
then it has all your links.
All my links are there.
Okay, everything. Perfect. Yeah, everybody go follow Israel. Follow him Izzy if you want.
Summer one in La Bamba.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
how about wait? Can I have a request? Can you please do the Narcos? The Narcos song. Narcos. Yes, please.
Some Richie Valentine.
Yeah, those are good. Love Richie Valentine.
I think Narcos goes like this. Soy el fuego que arde tu piel, soy el agua que mata tu sed, el castillo, la torre, yo soy la espada que guarda el caudal. Tú el aire que respiro yo, la luz de la luna en el mar, la garganta que ansio mojar, que debo ahogar de amor. Iguales deseos me vas a dar. Oh, dices tú, mi tesoro, basta con mirarlo. Y tuyo será, tuyo será, tuyo será, tuyo será. Cha cha cha. Pew, 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 pew. So, anyways,
Hey. Bravo.
that's my Facebook there.
Such good stuff.
I wanted to start singing. Remember that song? Vamos a Guajira.
Yeah,
Vamos a bailar.
it's always that 1-4-5 move. Vámonos, Guajira. Vamos a bailar. 1, 2, cha cha cha. 3, 4, cha cha cha.
Nice.
Yeah, I always say cha 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 when I end a song.
1, 2, cha cha cha. 3, 4, cha cha cha. See, if you follow that, you can do the cha cha.
That's so good.
Anyways,
So good.
any other questions, anybody?
What's that?
Any other questions?
I'm terrified to
I wanna
talk at
know-
this point because we could go for like five
No,
more
we could go
hours.
for
probably.
5 hours. I want to know what other instruments you play, and then we really should end it because we're
Well-
almost at an hour and a half.
Obviously, the drum set. I can play drum set. I can play some bass. All of the Brazilian percussion, all of Brazilian drums I play. All the Afro-Cuban drums I play, except like I play congas. I know how to play congas, but I don't play that much because it hurts my hands. Because my hands are not conga hands. I have guitar hands. Like cajon. I can play cajon. I can only play cajon for like a couple minutes because it's just like my hands get really beat up. So I try not to do that too much. So, but the Brazilian drums are easier to play. You know what I mean? They're really easier on your hand. A lot easier.
Piano, sax,
I don't
harmonica.
know. I know how it works. I know chords and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
Did you take music in college too?
I took music when I was 8, when I was 10, in high school, marching band, and then in college at San Diego State, I took the Brazilian samba class.
Yeah, they have some really amazing classes at San Diego State for.
Oh yeah.
music.
Are you how good are you at playing the kazoo?
Oh my gosh! I was just talking to my friend today. They're having like kazoo battles, and he's like so good. He's like a virtuoso at kazoo.
At kazoo, he's like a virtuoso of all things.
Yeah, he's really good, man. Oh my gosh, he's so funky. He's so good at it. Oh my gosh, they had like a little battle thing the other day at a show. There was this other guy. The other guy had no chance. No chance.
Isn't that some of the most interesting thing about like just us, like people as a whole, is that you can take something like the kazoo and you can actually have people that are virtuosos at that.
Yeah,
and
they don't play
that
instrument.
into. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but do they? But perhaps they do. Maybe like at that. at that point, the kazoo is an instrument, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. Like, wow.
It really is.
Fun stuff.
I know.
I personally think, and I don't know if you would be up for this in the future or if this is on Sandy's agenda, but like you could definitely join us for a second time. You're very easy to talk to, and you're not like we can go so many directions with you. You seem very versed in the general direction of music as a whole. Like, I don't know, it just feels like we could extend this for hours tonight very easily, but I don't think any of us expect that, and I certainly don't. I have to work tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with me. I mean, we can talk about golf too. I love golf.
Like I'm definitely not there. I'm not there, but I would
talk about how that dating show you did when you were younger.
Oh yeah, Singled Out with Jenny McCarthy.
I love that.
That's
so funny.
I know, that was fun. That was 90. That was a 96.
That was so classic. I love that you did that.
Somebody was asking what year I was born. I was born in 1974. So, hence why I'm turning 50.
Wow.
50.
Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. That's one of the things. I try not to be like. I just want to. I definitely try not to be big headed and try to take like selfies in the bathroom with my tux and all that stuff and try to be fake.
Have you ever been offered a record deal or anything like that, or with other bands?
No, I've never been lucky enough. It's like you got to be lucky. I feel you have to.
I think so too. I don't think it's skill based. I honestly don't. I think skill is the minimal part of it. Very minimal.
And
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Didn't you play with B-side players and
I was with a band called
Agua Dulce? Yeah.
So it's B-side players and Agua Dulce. This is like back in the day.
That's like, my circle.
Yeah. So that's that. I was in the. I used to have dreadlocks. I used to have long hair and stuff. And back in the, I used to tour the U.S. with Agua Dulce. You know,
that's so cool.
Big shows like in Montana, Idaho, places like that. We had our biggest shows in those towns. Wyoming.
I think they got offered a record deal, didn't they, back in the day?
Yeah, I think so.
They probably refused a bunch. I'm sure they declined a bunch.
That was during the time where I was like, I wanted to do my own thing. You know, it was a band with like 4 different lead singers. You know what I mean? So it's like the Eagles. You know, they have like a bunch of. So I just wanted to have my own band, and I just wanted to be the leader of the band, and I wanted to do things my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just, I was at that time. I was just, and that's when I had my first kid. So I had to stop the band and take care of my kid. You know, this is like 2003. So,
do you currently find like just talk on work and life balance, like what are your thoughts there, like and like talk about it in a way that maybe other people can relate to, like, because everybody has hobbies and things like that, but we ultimately have responsibilities. Where are you at right now? Like how does it all feel for you with what you're doing? And I don't know.
Yeah, I feel a little like I feel like I need an assistant. I need like somebody to help me out because
that's where AI is coming in. AI is going to do it.
It's overwhelming, like seriously, like with these emails and then like all day, like phone calls is just like as in like
scheduling
spam calls. They're not even real calls, so it's like all day calls. So it's just like it just clutters your mind, and there's a lot of things that if I had somebody just do certain, like help me with flyers and help me with promotion and stuff, so I don't have to deal with that because I'm sitting and doing videos, editing videos.
Yeah.
Me forever, and then I get distracted. I have like AD. I just want to do. Just cannot focus. You know what I mean? And just like because I do so many things. In a way, it's kind of.
That's why you have those teenagers for. Those teenagers are supposed to help you, man.
Why don't they help?
They're too busy. I know they're too busy for you.
I'm gonna have to go back to AI. If you consult with me, we can try to figure out whatever things that you can just have AI doing for you that you don't have to focus on. Like, I don't know, because
David, can you
that's,
help
that's where
Israel out? Maybe David could be your
I might
assistant
be able
on
to.
the
I don't. I mean,
weekends or
like, I won't
something.
swear to it, but that's my everyday. My like on any given day, even while I'm doing my day job, I'm listening to AI related news and
Yeah.
like I'm
You
so
guys
all
definitely
in on
stay
You
up.
gotta stay on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta stay on it. The sello inmortal. Somebody.
Oh yeah, Summer. She just had a birthday too. Happy birthday, belated Summer.
Immortal.
Happy birthday to
The
you.
tub of butter again.
Do this one.
Uh-oh, the dog.
Wow, it's getting really romantic over there. Anyways,
Yeah,
you guys have to run, but have me again, please.
yes, we. This is what happens because I've been trying for 3 years to get you on. Now we went overtime.
If you come back on, it might not be me. It might be Rory Penland as
Rory.
the co-host. But Rory is so much
You'll
fun
love
and
Rory.
so insightful on a lot of stuff. He's awesome. But
Cool.
yeah.
Hey guys, that was a pleasure. This was I wasn't sure what you know. So
yeah, I mean, I wasn't either.
Close it down with one
Fun
more.
stuff.
I'm gonna close it out with one more clip. And thanks everybody for watching and commenting and saying hi and hello to the replay people and hi to Israel's fans if you're watching. Thanks for watching and tuning in.
guys.
Please share out the live and we'll get you. We'll have you on again soon. And there's lots of festivals you can get involved with if you want. But I know you're busy.
I'm glad I got to be here tonight. This was a lot of fun, guys. Izzy, you rock, dude. I think you're awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Trying to get better. Trying to get better.
You're awesome. You're awesome, man.
Love you guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Israel, could you turn it down? Thank you.
Welcome to New York. 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 Everything that we do exclusive. Make sure that it's all inclusive. I was taught make